Hey guys, I've got pontoon fish all hitched up. You know what that means? Nope, I'm not going fishing. We are doing hitch testing right here on Camp Outside. Check it out. Hey guys, I'm Kevin with Camp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. Today we are doing some hitch testing. We're testing out the first of 3 hitches that MaxxHaul sent me to do video reviews on. I want to thank MaxxHaul for sending these hitches to me. I'm super excited about it. Guys, these hitches are awesome. Talk about versatility. Whatever you're pulling, unless you need a weight distributing hitch or maybe you're pulling a 5th wheel, you can do with one of the 3 hitches I'm going to be reviewing on this channel. Guys, MaxxHaul has put out some awesome products. So I want to thank MaxxHaul for sending them to me, but I just wanted to be upfront and honest with you because I did not buy these hitches. They were sent to me for free in exchange for a review. But guys, I'm going to tell you what I like, what I don't like, what I think MaxxHaul might be able to do better. I'm going to share maybe some concerns that I might have as I come across the hitch testing. So stay tuned. Let's go check this out. All right, guys, as you can see, we're already hitched up. We have a straight bar hitch. This hitch has a whole bunch of different options. It has a 2 5/16 inch ball, a 2-inch ball, a 1 7/8 ball. It has a hook with a clasp, and it has a rotating shackle, right? In the 2-inch ball configuration, which I'm running for pontoon fish, it has a 6,000-pound trailer capacity and a 600-pound tongue weight capacity on a 2-inch ball. It bumps up to 800 for the 2 5/16, and it drops to 500 for the 1 7/8. Also, guys, the hook is capable of pulling 10,000 pounds, and the shackle is rated at 12,000. So there's a lot of different options for this hitch, but let's go see how it tows. All right, guys, we got pontoon fish hooked up, and as you can see, this is a really nice hookup on a 2-inch ball. So what I was worried about was, would the trailer make contact with this at all, this rotating shackle? And when it's in its down position, right, there's plenty of space. I can get my hand up in there. Only at the most extreme angle of attack would your trailer ever even make contact with that. So you don't have to worry about it hitting the shackle. What a really cool design. Let's take it for a spin. All right, guys, that thing pulled great. I was super excited about it. The trailer's sitting mostly level. It might be a tad nose up, right? So I would rather have my trailer a tad nose up than nose down. But for the most part, I really, really like it, especially because right now the van is empty. And a lot of times when I go camping and I take the boat with me, I've got coolers and camping gear loaded in the back of the van. I've got people back there. I've got all kinds of stuff going on. So my van squats a little bit. So probably if my van is squatting a little bit, or if I have gear loaded up in the pontoon boat itself, this hitch will be perfect for the pontoon boat. So I'm super, super excited about it. This hitch is going to get a lot of use pulling pontoon fish. I have a different hitch in mind for the cargo camper, so we're going to test those out in future videos, but I'm not done showing you what this hitch can do. Check it out. So obviously this MaxxHaul hitch is great for towing with all the ball options, but I love the other two features of this hitch, the shackle and the hook. And these are perfect for either self-recovery or recovery of something else. So Kevin, what does that mean? Well, when we're off-road, and guys, we don't do a lot of off-roading in our van because it's two-wheel drive, but occasionally we're going down dirt roads. Occasionally, sometimes maybe we'll get stuck, right? And we need either someone to come pull us out, or if you have a winch on your own vehicle, you can use your winch or use the winch of someone else's vehicle, right? But with this hitch, you don't have to remove your hitch to attach an attachment point. You can use the hitch just as you have it. So let me turn the camera around and show you what I mean. So let's talk about recovery from, let's say, a winch. Most winches have a hook on the end of their winch cable. And I mean, this is just a hook I have in the barn. I didn't have access to a winch, but this illustrates the point. So when they're going to hook up a winch to pull you out, they can connect it right to this shackle. And what's awesome is no matter what angle they pull, if they have to recover you from the side, right, that shackle turns. So they can pull you at any angle they need to pull, right? They can pull at any angle because this shackle rotates. That is awesome. Sometimes though, instead of a winch, they're going to use a tow strap. And that's where the hook comes in. Because with a tow strap, right, you just have a loop. It just clicks on, and then you're good to go. Now remember, you always need to look at your capacities, right? The hook is suitable for 10,000 pounds of pull. The shackle is rated at 12,000 pounds. Okay guys, so now that I've told you everything I like about the hitch, let me tell you about some of the things either I think MaxxHaul could do better, or things that I might be concerned about, or even things that I don't like. And guys, there's really not much, but here is my first one. The first one is, I haul a lot of trailers that are right at about the max of their tandem axle 3,500 pound weight rating, right? So if you have a tandem axle trailer with 3,500 pound axles, right, that trailer can weigh up to 7,000 pounds. Both of my pontoon boat trailer and my cargo camper have a 2-inch ball. And my cargo camper actually is probably up there when it's fully loaded. When we're going for a long trip, like a 2-month trip, 6-week trip, that kind of thing, when we leave, we are fully loaded because we're taking all the food and dry goods and everything that we can. We've got the trailer fully loaded. And then as we drive, right, we lighten up as we eat. But because of that, I like a hitch for my cargo camper that has a minimum of a 7,000 pound capacity for the 2-inch ball and a 700 pound tongue weight. This hitch doesn't do that. So even though it is the right height for my cargo camper, I probably won't use it for my cargo camper when I'm fully loaded. Now, if I'm just going for a weekend and I know I'm not that heavy, I can use this hitch just fine for that. So in future iterations, if MaxxHaul could up the capacity just a little bit, right, so that a 7,000 pound capacity trailer on a 2-inch ball could be pulled by this hitch, that would be phenomenal. So that is just feedback from MaxxHaul. But as it stands, guys, I think it's a really, really, awesome hitch for that. I love the tri-ball design, right? I think that's really good. One of the things that I was really concerned about was the shackle going to get in the way of the hitch, right? Was it going to make contact? I've never had anything extending past the ball on any of my hitches. And as you could see in the video, guys, that was no problem at all. Unless you're on a really steep angle, like if you're pulling up a hill, maybe, right? You're coming up a hill, maybe it would touch, but I don't think so, guys. I mean, it would have to be really steep. So, I don't think I have really any concerns there. But if you are pulling out a really steep driveways, you might want to take that into consideration, right? You might want to test it to make sure you're good before you do any damage. But it would have to be a really extreme angle. So I'm pleased with that. I don't have any concerns, but you might want to keep that in mind. The last thing that I guess I'm unsure of, right? I am not an engineer, but the shackle rotates, guys, and that is awesome. But I have to think that it also makes it a weak point, right? And so what I mean by that is if MaxxHaul says it'll pull to 12,000 pounds, then it'll pull to 12,000 pounds. I can't imagine that they would mislead you, right? That would be a massive error. But what that means is don't go trying to snatch a 15,000 pound, item or something even heavier on this and expect it to perform, right? There are reasons why they give you capacity limits, right? And whatever that turns on, whatever the mechanism inside there, and guys, I'm not going to take a cutting torch to it and go figure out how they did it, right? But whatever that mechanism is, it has a maximum, right? So don't exceed it. I think that for just standard recovery of Jeeps and pickup trucks and stuff like that is probably really good. I would not go and try to pull out a stuck tractor or a stuck bulldozer or something like that with that, right? It's just not the right tool for the job. So that's my only concern, right? With something that rotates means that, it's not a solid piece of steel that you're hooking into, right? So, and again, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. I love the fact that it rotates, but that really makes me think that it has a limit that you really shouldn't exceed. So keep that in mind. Be very, very careful. Anytime you're doing any kind of recovery or self-recovery, if you're using winches, if you're using tow straps, if you're snatching people out because they're stuck, you have to be very, very careful. That is very, very dangerous stuff. And if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it, right? Trust a professional, get a tow truck out there, get someone with a tractor who knows what they're doing, whatever. But do not do something dangerous or stupid, right? I am not your mother. I'm not telling you what to do. Well, maybe I am in this case. But be very, very careful, right? Because while these are great tools in the right scenario, they can have deadly consequences when used inappropriately. So that's just my warning. Take that for what you will. But guys, as you can see, I love this thing. So guys, that'll do it for this MaxxHaul hitch. I'm going to put a link down in the description below where you can pick up one of these. It is an affiliate link. If you use my link to purchase, it doesn't cost you anything extra. It's a great way to support my channel as I get a little commission on the sale. I want to thank MaxxHaul for sending this to me. Guys, you're going to see this in a lot of my videos because I think it's now the go-to hitch for pulling pontoon fish, my pontoon boat. And I'll probably will use it for some of the other trailers and stuff that I use around the property. But I have 2 more hitches from MaxxHaul I'm going to test out, and I'm really excited about those as well. So stay tuned. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe, and ring that little bell icon that notifies you when we release new videos. Guys, I'm Kevin with Camp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. We exist to help moms and dads take their kids camping, hiking, fishing, learn about nature, and develop a conservation ethic. We want to help you get you and your kids outside. I get it. One of the things that you need to do when you're getting your kids outside is hauling a bunch of gear along. And that means maybe hauling a camper, hauling a boat, hauling a trailer, hauling whatever. If you need hauling accessories, guys, MaxxHaul has you covered. So I want to thank MaxxHaul again for sending it to me. I'm super excited about it. If you have any questions about anything you saw in the video, or you want to tell me what you think, drop some in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Or you can connect with us on our other social media. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and X, or our website at campoutside.com. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.